Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are going to be going over what is going on with XCorgi. I know I've gotten a lot of questions about this between different people within that community, and I wanted to give you my take on it and to let you know the concerns I have, which I'm sure you probably all share, as well as the perspective I'm taking on it. So the question is XCorgi a rug or not? And so that is my question as well, because we're going to go over some information today about why it may be the case that it is, and it may be the case that it's not. So I'm just throwing these things out there, and I'll let you, the viewer, decide. None of this is financial advice. I do try to cover the most legitimate projects I can find out there, and I'm learning as a content creator always about how to do better research myself. And I'm trying to find new and innovative ways to innovate in content creation and how to create a standard that will help build trust within my viewership. And so I have a couple ideas that I've been trying to get across the board for the last several months. It hasn't happened yet, but as soon as it does, you will know it as viewers, and it will definitely, I think, make this channel one that stands out above others. So please make sure to like, share, and subscribe and stick around for those things. But again, I'm JTXRP. I cover projects on the XRP ledger as well as about XRP itself. I'm not necessarily a news channel, but I am super excited to bring you the best projects on the XRPL, as I do believe there will be a huge conversion over to XRP, especially as the case gets taken care of in terms of the SEC versus Ripple case that's currently going on. But we're here to talk about XCorgi today, and so let's jump into it. So I loved this project. I still do. I think it's has the potential to be amazing on the XRPL. It was mobile, it's a mobile game that's going to be relaunched that has NFTs and all these great things. XLS 20 didn't come out on time. I believe that's a factor that affected this stall in production, or this rug. I'm not sure. Again, I'll let you decide. But again, I was really excited about this. I believed it was going to go somewhere, and I'm wondering if I still should. And I'll get into that here in a second. But first, let's take a look at the price. Obviously, it is quite horrible, the situation. And there's a reason for that, as any XCorgi member might already know. But it might also be a sleeping giant, depending upon how things turn out. But we'll look into it here in a second. But just walking people through the price, walking people through what XCorgi is to make sure that everyone's caught up. This is XCarbide. I believe his name is Paul, as we'll see here in a second, just introducing you to the characters and the people that we might be looking to blame if things don't turn around. But this is a AMA on their YouTube channel, and this is Paul. For all intents and purposes, I know him to be a pretty stand-up guy in all my interactions with him. This is why this particular instance, like this whole thing with XCorgi, doesn't make much sense to me. And so, granted, while there were not LinkedIn profiles, while they were not a fully doxed team, there were these two members, Paul and Soy. I'll move myself here so you can see him. That's Soy. And this is actually the AMA I did, or the interview I did with them. And yep, for all intents and purposes, pretty stand-up guy. And as well as Paul here. But I'll put the links to these in the description if you want to take a look at them and see where they were going. Because I believe it's a really interesting study. And the more I've looked into this, the more I've tried to figure out what this video is going to be for my viewers and what position I'm going to take on it, because I greatly respect the people in the community. They put their trust in me, and I really do take that seriously. And I'm trying to figure out what to do, because yeah, it's not great as a content creator when you are excited about a project, or even as a holder, and something like this happens to yourself. They didn't never paid me. They did donate, I think, one XCorgi to me in hopes that I would get an NFT. All right, so this is the XCorgi NFT that they were going to put me into the game. It was so encouraging. I was so excited about that. And I was just starting out in content creation. And with this YouTube channel, I had done another YouTube channel for about 2 or 3 years previous to this. But anyways, I'm just saying they were going to put me in the game. I was invested, not just in I purchased some of their token as well, but I was here with you guys. I wasn't just on the sidelines promoting it, and I wasn't paid to do it by them. And I got the airdrop the same as everyone else. So I was the same as most of the community. I was not like a paid promoter of these things. We're going to take a look at their Twitter here, and we're going to start off with this update. So they gave an update. We already put in place extra layers of security with all projects' wallets, thanks to the help of Mr. Elephant, Ripple, and Z. Thieves' address already flagged by the XRPL, thanks to XRP Forensics, followed by the advice of Weetse Wind on determining the cause of the attack. All great pillars in the community that gave their advice to this project and who, for all intents and purposes, did what they were told by them. So just moving on here. But we still don't have enough evidence to support this conclusion, which we narrowed down by trying out a third-party software randomly generated unique NFT patterns using our in-house art assets. Though the third-party software did not ask for any of our seed phrases, keys, or any matter relating to sensitive data from this project, we suspect that it contains malware which gives access to the creator of the code to peek through the computer's files and search for vital information. The team eliminates the possibility of an inside job. Since there are no new founders since the inception of the project, only 3 people from the team have access to the compromised wallet, all of which were verified to have not participated in this incident in any way. None of these 3 members clicked any suspicious links that have any avenue to conclude the compromised wallet. In light of the recent unfortunate event, we urge the community to stop trading XCorgi and Fluff tokens for now until further notice to minimize the damage for all of us. The team is still doing their best steps to take progress on the project, consideration to the number of factors involved. The only thing certain is that for the moment, the stolen funds damages done to the market and price of the token is irreversible. We understand what the community feels about this. We feel the same. Only way to deal with this incident is to learn from this and move on to the betterment of the project. I don't think there's there's nothing else there. So again, this came out, and this is, I'm gonna try to find a date. June 22nd. And so it is now October 7th whenever I'm making this video. And yeah, we will see what happens with this, but this was the update from the hack that apparently happened, and you saw a huge dump on the market. And so that happened, but the project continued. The development of the game continued, and that's what I want to take a look at here. Well, actually, I'll take a look at it here in a second. I don't usually share my my personal messages from different people, but in this case, I'm opening this up because I really want to show you guys I've made a consistent effort to get to know this project. I felt like I was pretty close friends with the main developers. But anyways, we got here, and I asked them, hey, are y'all doing okay? I haven't heard anything from y'all. And they said, hey, James, sorry, wasn't able to respond. We are just waiting for yourself, our game dev, for his updates. We will be posting shortly. Although it has been a challenge to work on the project lately due to lack of funds. I said, how is the team and yourself doing? They replied, but surely we still are on board with the project as we have promised. We hope the crypto market will soon recover and could push through with development. And so that is the last thing that I heard from them in regards to the project and its development and its state. And so I wanted to share that with the community. When it comes to uh, let's look at their Discord, because this is also I believe consistent with what they've said on Discord as well. And this is kind of the last thing XCarbide or Paul, which I believe is this person right here, um, said about the project. And then we haven't heard anything. So these are the last words of Paul here. And it makes me wonder, is the project really dead? And so we will wait for the market to recover and we will resume the project. Of course, you will get your NFTs. Don't worry. LRP is tracked, so you will get what is due to you. Of course, everyone asks, market recover? That's your solution to the problem? Do something, please. Don't wait for nothing. And so while I can understand this person's perspective, I really do believe the market will recover. And that seems to be their take on it in terms of XCorgi at this point. And I believe XCarbide is the lead on this project, because he's the one I've, besides Soy, that I've had the most contact with. And I've tried to reach out to Soy as well with no reply, which is the part that concerns me the most. And I'll get into that here in a second. But XCarbide replies, we know this is frustrating. We ourselves are invested a lot of money, time, and effort into this project. For now, we think that this is the best way to handle the situation, given all the circumstances, is to wait for you guys to if you guys have any ideas, feel free to bring up and talk about it. And so their stance, this project stance, is to wait for the market to recover, maybe so their token will be worth more, or that there's more investors coming into the space to restart the project. From my understanding, Paul is in school, and he doesn't necessarily, he's doing this project extra as well. So as someone who's balancing multiple different things, I can relate with that. But does that mean that the project should fall or stop? I don't think so. Does that mean he should stop answering his community? Definitely not. But that being said, this is the stance that has been taken by this project. And I'm not sure if they're alone. I haven't heard of another project doing this. But we're going to scroll down to here because I haven't really heard any reply from anyone. I've reached out a couple different times. You can see people's anger here in different ways. I'm trying to figure it out. I've replied to a couple different people in this chat. I've told them that I'm reaching out. I continued to reach out inside of my DMs to them with no response. I understand people are wanting more information, but this is what I want to get down to, is because they said, hey, if you have any other options, we're willing to discuss it. But here's the thing, they didn't stick around for any of that conversation that I've seen. I don't know if they've seen any of these things, because even Treasury has stepped in, and this is Duncan, the head of Treasury. And if you're not familiar, it's another great project on the XRPL that I helped to cover. But he's reached out, and they really do want to have a conversation with XCorgi about their new venture program they'll be able to provide funding to, that's supposed to be new projects specifically, but it could really help, push over the production and make sure that they are able to release some of the things they said they were to the community and maybe ramp this project back up. But as you can see here, XCorgi has not replied to this at all. And this is a really great option for this project. And I just don't understand if it is going to continue, if it is in fact not a rug, and that is their stance, that they're going to continue when the market gets better, why not continue with your socials? Why not? Maybe it's too humiliating. Maybe people are angry. I don't know. I've not been on the side of that project to know what they're dealing with, but I know it's no small thing to tell the people, hey, wait, until the market gets better. But even Duncan says, guess the devs are not about, which is a real shame. If they ever resurface, please let them speak to Treasury. So please, Carbide, Paul, Soy, please reach out to the devs at, especially Duncan at Treasury, for venture, because I definitely think that this is something that could resurrect the project. Now, again, is this a rug pull? I don't necessarily think so. I think that is their stance. I think that we have seen and continue to see Project well past this post that I had brought up in June, where it looked like there was some kind of hack or rug or someone got control of the wallet somehow. They've since mitigated that and have worked with pillars in the community to make sure they're secure in the future. But the damage was done. And meanwhile, we continue to see project progress. On, the last time we saw was August. It's been 2 months, and I really did want. They've posted progress monthly. You can see this one is August 2nd. If we scroll down here, we see July 5th. So July, August, and then if we go back even further, and these are video of the game's progress, right? So June 20th. I think that's even before this. So yeah, I mean, 2 months after, we've seen progress. So we've seen this game that was going to be, I thought, a competitor to Axie Infinity, possibly, that was going to really bring something amazing to the XRPL in terms of mobile gaming, which is not really my thing, but I was really excited for this. I thought that would be fun to play with my community on mobile whenever I had a chance, and to run a race with them. But again, to sum this up, we've seen progress. The progress is stopped. We've seen the price continue to tank. The devs said recommending people not to trade. So what's my stance on this? What am I going to do? And this is not financial advice. I'm going to hold on to the tokens. I really hope that this project resurfaces, gets in touch with Treasury. Maybe they'll even see this video as kind of my hopes as well, and to encourage them to talk to their community, to not just let it go, so to speak. This project came seriously close to going somewhere and to accomplishing what it set out to do. And unfortunately, between market timing and as well as this hack that happened, if indeed it was a hack, and this could be a rug pull, guys. Like, I'm not discounting that possibility. Like, they could have just taken it and gone. Maybe I'm naive. But this is the last things that they've told the community. And I'm trying to communicate the last thing that they communicated to me as well as you guys. And so I'm going to be holding on to them. I hope they come back whenever the market resurfaces and they have, funds to just knock out development by some miracle, or if they want to redistribute a different token to make sure they have more secure wallets to start out on a better foot. I would be interested to see that. But being on their side of things, I would be really discouraged if those things happened to me, if in fact they happened. But again, this is my take. This is the last thing I've seen. We've continued to see progress up until August. It's been 2 months, and that's why I'm making this video. And so I don't want to be able to say that I'm wrong about this project. I really want things to work out. But if in fact this was a rug, and if the developers have walked away with this, which I do not believe to be the case, but could be proven that way, then I want to just say that I'm sorry, because I don't want to lead anyone wrong. Nothing I say is financial advice, but I really do want to build that trust with the community. And unlike other content creators, I don't see them making recants whenever rugs are done, or whenever they're excited about projects. So this is that video in case anyone is viewing this in the future and nothing ever happens with it. But I really do hope this game will resurface. I really do want to believe that Soy and Paul are, upstanding, and they're just waiting for the market to recover. I do believe that currently engaging your community and keeping them there is worthwhile part of that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that this gives you some hope, as in doing the research about it, that it gave me a little bit of hope too. We're all hoping for that day that XRP takes off and everyone migrates over, and maybe at that time XCorgi will rise from the ashes, or maybe it will stay and be known as the game that almost got there, the little engine that almost could. But I'm JTXRP. This is my take on it, not financial advice. Hope you'll like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.